Hello and welcome everyone to Grid Vision as we tackle the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Of course, last week we were off for, I do believe, pretty much the entire week for the July 4th holiday, Independence Day. But we are here and back in action. And I'll tell you what, I missed this truck series, and I think a lot of these drivers out here on the racetrack missed it as well, as I do believe we actually have the schedule going to be coming up here in just a moment. Of course, my name is Brian Britt. Austin Derbyshire is down behind the cameras. I know Caleb Viesca usually is here. Hopefully he shows up at some point. But let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for the rest of the week as it stands. And of course, tomorrow I do believe we are going to be out at Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be an exciting one, about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you can see, we do have a couple days here that we have available for leagues that are possibly wanting to have their races covered. We definitely are excited to see you. Of course, we're very excited about Friday nights, about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have been covering the NIS Top Split, of course, with the NASCAR Next Gen. Of course, they are at New Hampshire this coming Friday. Of course, this Sunday, we're going to be about 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at New Hampshire for the Global Racing Truck Series. So definitely going to be very exciting to see that, as qualifying, of course, is underway at the moment with the Champion Power Truck Series. Of course, I mentioned that we are at pretty much the, I'd say, world center of racing in a lot of ways. Of course, I think they call that maybe Daytona, but this is a lot of the ways the heart of racing. A lot of the race teams in real life call this place their home. This is where their headquarters are, for sure. And of course, this is a 1.5-mile racetrack, and it is, I think, relatively cool at the moment. About 80 degrees trackside it is nighttime. So there's going to be quite a lot of grip for these trucks. Now, they should be able to fly around here pretty much flat out, I'd say, for quite a bit of time. But we'll have to wait and see how that's going to all play out. I know tire wear is going to be a significant issue. Let's take a quick look at the points. Of course, 2 weeks ago, the winner was Justin Levine, I do believe, at Richmond Raceway. Of course, Andrew Hale is second in the points. Third place, James Harris. Fourth place, Stephen Gibson. So he's been very consistent. Fifth place, Jason Taylor. Of course, sixth place, Craig Yanzak. He is the one that I think we all want to watch here tonight. I think he's going to be really the guy that's going to be trying to do everything he can to possibly move himself up these points rankings to get another title here. Seventh place, Kyle Holden. Eighth, William Mann Jr. Ninth, George Young. 10th place, John Lucido. Of course, 11th place, Brad Thacker. 12th, Keegan Sobilo. He's a new driver to this series and has grabbed a win. And of course, that was, I do believe, a gas shortened race there, or should I say a race that was the victor was determined on how long they could make it on fuel, and he was able to do that. I'm wondering how this is going to be here tonight. Of course, this is a 100-lap race. Fuel, I do believe, is going to be an issue. 45, I do believe, to 47 laps is the estimated fuel tank that these guys have. Of course, they have 4 sets of tires, 3, I do believe, down in the pits. Of course, a faster pair is also, I do believe, in competition here tonight. So if these guys make too big of a mistake, they will have the opportunity to come down pit road, get themselves a new car. But if they have to take a tow, that could end up with them actually going a lap down. Of course, qualifying is starting to round up here. I also do want to mention, before I forget, we are going to have as well a competition caution on lap 25 going to 26. It will not be, it won't actually do anything for points, but it will bring everybody back together. And of course, I do believe we have the grid set for this evening's action. Andrew Hale going to be starting up on the front row. Of course, he's second in the points right now, so he's going to be looking to see if he can't do one better here tonight and get himself a win. Second place, James Harris. Third place, Nathan Meyer. Fourth place, Keegan Sobilo, that person we talked about earlier who has won. Fifth place, Kyle Holden, another winner on the season. Of course, sixth place, Jason Taylor. Seventh, William Mann Jr. Eighth, George Young. Ninth, John Lucido. 10th, Stephen Gibson. Of course, that's the top 10. 11th place, Brad Thacker. 12th, Sheldon Pearson. 13th, Caleb Forsythe. 14th, Tyler Meeks. 15th, Stephen Shepard. Of course, Craig Yanzak going to be starting in 16th. I do believe Robbie Keneally gracing us with his presence here tonight. Going to be starting in 17th. Of course, 2 weeks ago, the last winner was Justin Levine. He's going to be starting in 18th, I do believe. And of course, Robert Wynn, I think, starting in 19th. If I'm not mistaken, Eli Childs is probably going to be race control here tonight. I know he did race a couple fun races not too long ago, but here we are getting set for 100 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We talk a little bit more about this place. This is a fairly unique mile and a half in a lot of ways. Of course, it has changed quite a bit in previous, I'd say there's been previous iterations of this place that used to be a little bit wider. It is a little bit more narrower, I'd say, and especially in 1 and 2. Also, 3 and 4 is going to be a little bit of a tricky area. A lot of guys get loose through that area, especially with the banking changes. Also, pit road is going to be probably a busy area as well tonight when it comes to the difficulty of trying to get down and slow down on pit road. A lot of times when you're going to pit here, you're pretty much pitting right from the racetrack. And if a person is right behind you, does not realize that you're going to be coming down pit road, it could cause a fair amount of problems and possibly a wreck for sure. We'll definitely have to see. I do believe we're probably going to see some guys driving through that AstroTurf that we can see on the front stretch. A lot of times, like I said before, guys are going to get loose out of turn 4, and that is usually what happens is guys start to get loose and they go down into what looks like a chicane right there, which is, of course, featured in the Charlotte Roval. Here we go. Everybody is getting lined up. Pace car lights are out. We're getting ready to go green for the first time here tonight in Champion Power Equipment Truck Series action at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Curious to see what is going to happen here. I think the bottom line, especially in 3 and 4, is going to be where you're going to want to be, just considering how that turn is. It's a lot of it. It's kind of a lot like what you'd see in 1 and 2 at Texas Motor Speedway, where you're going to want to slow down a little bit more than you're probably going to be expecting to in 3 and 4. Of course, brakes, I think, are going to be something you might even use once the tires are starting to wear out. We'll have to see how that kind of all plays out as this race goes on. But here goes the pace car getting prepared to take a left turn down pit road as Andrew Hale is getting ready and set to lead us to green. Will he be able to lead this first lap? We're getting ready to find out as here comes Marty, the pace car driver, down pit road as they enter the Geico restart zone. Andrew Hale is going to be up through the gears, presses the loud pedal down, and the green flag is out for the first time here tonight. A good start there from James Harris there, as Andrew Hale looks like he is going to lead into 1 and 2. You can see the bottom line definitely on the restart was very much the quicker way around. And here already we see Nathan Meyer already going to be challenging for the lead as Andrew Hale moves up the track side by side for the lead, as we're getting even possibly ready to go 3 wide there for that 3rd place position. You see Kyle Holden, I think he backed out of it, not wanting to really get tangled up this early in the race. Caution is out. Looks like Robbie Keneally around, and we have a caution on lap number 2. Keneally, of course, not even able to complete lap number 1. See exactly what happened here with Robbie Keneally. Looks like he got into the apron. That is definitely an interesting one. I think he just unsettled the car, putting 2 tires down on the apron. I think we might have to slow that one down to kind of see if that maybe didn't he have any contact there that helped him out. From what we're hearing on the radio, it seems like a car was slowing down in front of him. Maybe braking might have unsettled the car as well, so we're going to take another view here. You see right there, yes, Steven Shepard was loose in front of him sideways, and I think he might have got hit from behind, possibly by Justin Levine. So that definitely not what Robbie Keneally wanted to see happen, but it looks like Shepard kind of almost led to that scenario by being loose. Of course, you can't really do it. Once you're loose, it's hard to correct these machines here. Take a look. Looks like Shepard was getting very tight. Oh, yeah. So that is unfortunate there for Robbie Keneally. Luckily for him, does not get a lot of damage. He is on pit road at the moment. Looks like he is possibly maybe getting some of the damage repaired on that machine, possibly not wanting to take a fast repair. He's been spending quite a bit of time down there now. 20 seconds he's been in his box. Of course, Justin Levine and Tyler Meeks also did, I do believe, come down pit road as well. The rest of the field is about 3 laps on their stint here. Looks like Robbie Keneally coming off pit road right now, spending 22.7 seconds in his box. He is going to remain on the lead lap here. So very interesting to see this. Of course, Levine, when he came down, I think he took fuel only. Tyler Meeks spent 14.4 seconds in the box, indicating he possibly took tires. We'll have to wait and see how this works out. Of course, Andrew Hale, our pole sitter, does remain the leader. I do believe pace car light should be going out this time by. Keep in mind, we will have a competition caution on lap 25 to 26, which will put these this whole field back together. Now, I did talk to James Harris, who is the pretty much owner of this series, and he did say that if we have a caution that, of course, is around 3 or 4 laps towards that competition caution, that will serve as that competition caution. So just keep that in mind. Of course, as I said before, this is not going to be a points paying caution like a stage break. I know I was kind of confused myself when I heard there was going to be a competition or a stage caution. That's what the words that was used. But I did get some clarification that it will not be 4 points. Pace car lights are out. We just had a little bit of a bump there for Keegan Sobilo. I think we just got a little bit too close for personal to Nathan Meyer. I think Meyer slowed down a little too much for Sobilo's liking. But here we go down the backstretch. Pace car definitely preparing and ready to get out of the way here. Hopefully we can get us a nice green run so we can figure out how the tire life is going to be here tonight. That's what I'm really interested in seeing. What are the tires going to look like? Of course, this is a high banked 1.5-mile track. A lot of times you don't see a ton of tire wear, but I do believe we will see some fall off, maybe even a second. We are definitely going to find out, hopefully, though. Here is the pace car. Gets ready to take that wheel and turn it to the left. And here comes Andrew Hale, preparing to enter the Geico restart zone. And there it is, green flag, back out once again here for the second time tonight. Nathan Meyer, very good move right there, jumps down right in front of James Harris to take over the second position. Harris trying to hold off Keegan Sobilo. Sobilo moves up to the top side, trying to get a good run here off of turn number 2. I do believe we see some side-by-side action as well. I think I see Jason Taylor side-by-side, I do believe, with John Lucido at the moment. That is for the 7th place position. So already battling. Lucido trying to get a run. He's getting a good run off of turn 4. Really close to the wall, but very fast. The way Lucido was able to get off that corner. Here comes George Young. He's going to see if he can't possibly get underneath Jason Taylor. Not quite able to get there. Oh, wow, Stephen Gibson goes up the racetrack. We see someone down on the apron, Sheldon Pearson. I think he just said, this is getting a little too feisty for my liking, and has decided to drop all the way to the rear of the field. Of course, draft clean air, dirty air is very important. We got some battling going on here for second place, though. James Harris underneath Nathan Meyer. He's going to get clear, and he moves up. Now we're going to battle for that lead as here comes Harris. Huge run to the inside of Andrew Hale. And wow, James Harris, your 3rd place position in the points right now, trying to get himself a win here. Of course, he's got a long way to go, and hopefully he does not burn these tires up to get it done. Nathan Meyer now going to try to take advantage of the 4 machine as well. I think he's going to be able to get through here. Of course, the top line does not seem like it is the place to be, I think, on the longer runs. We'll have to wait and see how that is going to work out. I just know Charlotte is more of a bottom groove racetrack. The battle has not calmed down. A little bit further back, I do believe, Craig Yanzak trying to do something here against, I do believe, Graham Thacker. And here comes Yanzak. He's working the top pretty good. Now side by side with George Young. Of course, that's for the 9th place position. Look at that, ripping the top. That Champion Power Equipment Truck Series 3 machine all the way at the fence. And he's getting some pretty good runs of speed right now, but how is that going to play on his tires? We're definitely going to find out as they go 3 wide. That is, I do believe, 8th, 9th, and 10th, all right there. Jason Taylor trying to hold off the 48 into 3 at the same time. This battle is not over. As Craig Ganzak tries to line up a good run off of turn number 2. Looks like Lucido ahead is trying to, I do believe, battle with William Mann Jr. for the 6th place position. And here comes the 73 to the inside. He's going to get a little bit tight. That's the thing about 3 and 4. You can so easily get tight through there, and that's what I was talking about using the brake. When you're side by side, you're going to want to use that brake a little bit. That way you can kind of keep that truck down on that blue and white line. Look at that. Ganzak still all up on the fence right now. He's the only one that is really running like that. I do also want to mention, I think I see Justin Levine trying to work his way. Of course, he is 2 weeks ago's winner at, I do believe, Richmond Raceway. He's now trying to get underneath George Young here. He's followed, I do believe, by, I believe that is Caleb Forsythe, possibly there. Now the battle is on as well, up towards the front for 2nd place. Keegan Sobilo now side by side with Andrew Hale. You see Nathan Meyer, he was the one that was kind of a big mover right there, falling back to now 4th place. And Kyle Holden also working his way up. Looking at lap times right now, I'm starting to see a lot of fall off. Almost a half a second at the moment, especially from Andrew Hale. He's fallen off a lot right now. Last time by, he was about a 30.995. Best lap from him was a 30.537, so that is about a half a second of fall off. As you see, James Harris starting to be challenged for the lead, though. Look at that, Hale rocking, using the top side here. A lot of drivers last time by were in the 31 second, low 31 second range. Wow, and Keegan Sobilo really putting a lot of pressure on the 4 machine as well. And also a lot of pressure being applied from the 24 to the 77. This is getting really intense up here as we're on lap 14, coming to 15 now. Keep in mind now, in about, I do believe, 11 laps, we're going to have a caution flag flying unless we have an accident before then. James Harris, though, trying to hold the bottom. I think that he's trying to save his tires as best he can right now by running the bottom side. I think the bottom side is going to be placed to try to save tire here in this racetrack. But I think one person that would beg to differ is Craig Ganzak, as he has worked his way all the way. Oh, problems there. And so Bilo up into the fence. He saves it, but that is going to cause a lot of rear right side damage there. He does keep the momentum going. Looks like he didn't lose too much pace, but looking at, you see quite a bit of damage on that right side now. Of course, they did recently update the damage model on these trucks. So that might not have as much of effect as it might have before. I know previously that would have been a race ender right there. But I think that he might be okay. He has fallen, I do believe, back to 6th place at the moment. Looks like he just got passed by Craig Ganzak, and now moves his way up into the top 5. Ganzak still running that absolute top line. Starting to possibly challenge Nathan Meyer. Look at that. Fall off is starting to become exceedingly important at the moment. We're seeing these guys are about 17 laps into their stints right now, and we're seeing over a second of fall off, ladies and gentlemen. Last time by, James Harris hit a 31.522 versus a 30.328, which was his fastest lap. That is a ton of fall off right now. Andrew Hale, of course, is back to the lead. He qualified on the pole, but here comes Kyle Holden. Now, we know Kyle Holden, every race we've seen from him this season, it seems like he's been the one that has been very reasonable when it comes to saving tires, very logical, and he knows what lap times he needs to hit. Of course, he's won races before. Can he possibly get it done here just by being better on his tires? We'll see. So he has gotten by Nathan Meyer. He's now up into that third spot. What does Craig Ganzak do? As pretty much everybody up here in this top 5 are hitting roughly the same laps. I will say Nathan Meyer last time by was about a 10th faster than the guys ahead of him. But it looks like it has leveled out that last time by. Just, it's amazing seeing how much fall off we're seeing from all these drivers here. Keep in mind, next time by 5 laps to go here until we see a competition caution. Here comes James Harris, starting to get a little bit of a run up to Andrew Hale. Hale goes up the racetrack. I'm wondering if he's possibly getting tight here, or is this on purpose? I could have been very much wrong, because I did say something about in 3 and 4 that the bottom line was going to be where you're going to want to be. Good things have changed here. I mean, of course, this track is always evolving. The sim is always evolving as well. I'll tell you what, though, Kyle Holden starting to put some pressure on James Harris. He's really pushing him up to the 4. And here comes Harris to the bottom of the 4. Hale, of course, riding about the middle of the top groove right now. This is going to cause James Harris to not possibly get as good of a run off of the corners. A lot of times, see Harris getting a little bit tight here. The air is playing a significant role right now. They're going to possibly touch here. You could tell that these guys they don't hardly have anything left in their tires right now. James Harris not going to be denied. The battle is intensifying here. Remember, if we have a caution right now based on an accident, that will serve as our competition caution. As you can see, Kyle Holden almost bump drafting James Harris to the corner to try to get him by that 4 machine. What a battle we have seen here. What a race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. These Champion Tower Equipment drivers do not disappoint. As here we go, coming to, I do believe, 2 laps to go here in. Until we see that yellow flag come out, you can tell that James Harris is desperately clinging, trying to hold on to this position on Andrew Hale. It's got to be really difficult, though. You can see how loose he is. He's starting to struggle. And he's getting tight. You can just, the desperation is palpable as they're getting so close. It's inches off of one another here. The elbows are out, and we're not even at the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen. As here we go. And the yellow flag is out. That will serve as our competition caution. Yellow flag comes out a bit early. I do believe Andrew Hale able to hold them off. And I'm not sure why the yellow flag came out early there. I think maybe, I don't think anybody wrecked here. I think that might just been a little bit of an early competition caution. I mean, from what I heard, it was supposed to come out 25 to 26, but maybe I was mistaken. I think right when they crossed the line for lap 25, that is when the caution did come out. So I think that was on purpose. Even though this is not based on points right now, I want to do a quick rundown through the top 10. Andrew Hale, of course, your leader at the moment. James Harris, second. Nathan Meyer, third. Kyle Holden, fourth. Craig Ganzak, fifth. Justin Levine, sixth. Seventh, Keegan Sobilo. Eighth, Jason Taylor. Ninth, William Mann Jr. 10th, John Lucido. And, of course, as you can see, everyone coming down pit road, so we'll have to see what it's going to look like on the exit to pit road. But while we wait on that, we'll take a brief commercial break. We'll be right back with the rest of this exciting race at Charlotte.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Grid Vision as we cover the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series. Of course, my name is Brian Britt. I got Austin Derbyshire down behind the cameras. Green flag is getting ready to wave once again as we just had a competition caution. Andrew Hale, of course, going to be leading us there. Craig Ganzak made a big push on pit road, was able to take, I do believe, about 3 or 4 spots. I think he went in about 6th place, came out in 2nd. So definitely a great performance there for him. As we get ready to go green. Look at that, awesome camera work there from Austin Derbyshire as we get ready to enter the Geico restart zone, and the green flag will fly once again. Love that camera angle. Man, that is just a sweet angle. I love that. I've watched that all night long, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Hale with a pretty good restart there, able to secure, of course, 1st place so far. Justin Levine has been one of the biggest movers right now. He's up to 4th place, started all the way back, I think it was in 17th position. 3 wide in the mid-pack. Here comes Robbie Keneally working his way up into the top 10. Now side by side with Jason Taylor, I do believe, moves up to now 8th place. Wow, some big moves coming out of that. Oh, there goes Stephen Gibson into the outside wall. He almost comes down and gets Robbie Keneally. And Gibson is going to fall quickly through this field. No yellow. There is the yellow. It looks like Jason Taylor and I do believe Brad Thacker getting involved in with one another as well, as that brings the yellow right back out. Man, Robbie Keneally, by the skin of his teeth, could have easily got clobbered by Stephen Gibson. Let's take a look back at this. This is a multi-layered wreck right here. You see Gibson trying to clear Holden. He got tight. He got into the outside wall. I think that was really on Gibson. At the same time, we see Jason Taylor and I do believe Brad Thacker also have a little bit of a run-in together. Wow. We'll take a quick, I do believe, another gander back at that. See what happened here with Taylor. I do believe also Lucido as well. You see Jason Taylor trying to avoid the crash going on in front of him. Gets kind of hit in the back by Lucido. And of course, Lucido just does not check up in time and all heck breaks loose. Also, that was kind of a little bit of a separate incident as well with Thacker. I'm wondering, how did he, I mean, Thacker seemed like he would have had that missed. I think he might have got tagged from behind as well. Watch Brad Thacker here. I think he might have got hit by George Young. Love that new paint scheme from Thacker as well. I think might have got him right there. Yep, a little bit of a touch to the rear end sends Thacker sliding through on the AstroTurf there. And it's a wonder he avoided hitting John Lucido, though. That could have been a lot worse as we go back live here. While we do have a moment, I do want to shout out the title sponsor for this series, that being Champion Power Equipment. Looking for reliable and high-performance power equipment to help you tackle any job? Look no further than Champion Power Equipment. Whether you are in need of a portable generator, pressure washer, or any other power tool, Champion has you covered with top-of-the-line products at affordable prices. And as the proud sponsor of the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series, they're excited to bring you even more power and performance on and off the track. Visit championpowerequipment.com today to learn more. Definitely appreciate them being the sponsor here for this series. And they have a lot to do with real life racing as well. I know they sponsor Grant Enfinger, so it's really a huge honor that they sponsored this in sim race as well. And definitely love the partnership that they have forged here. If I recall, I think Grant Enfinger's actually raced in some of these races before, so it's really neat to see that. Of course, if you're looking for more races like that, where real life drivers actually are involved as well, definitely check out tomorrow. I know 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do believe we're going to be going racing at the Milwaukee Mile with the if I'm not mistaken, the Thunderclap iRacing Series. My brain just went for a fog there for a second. But Ryan Truex, real life winner in the Xfinity Series in NASCAR. Also, I believe Tyler Truex has had some time in real life machines as well. Lots of really cool crew chiefs and guys like tire changers and all kinds of people that are involved in actual racing in real life are a part of that series. So make sure you check that out tomorrow for sure. We definitely look forward to having you there. It's always exciting racing. And it looks like the pace car lights are out. We're going to be getting back going once again here in just a few moments, as I do believe we're going to be filing onto the backstretch. So, sure, Barney, the pace car driver, going to be ready to get himself off the racetrack and get back to eating them donuts we always see him eating. But Craig Yanzak, of course, like I said before, was really the one that has made the biggest moves. He's really taken a lot of liberties running that top side. And I've talked about how desperate he is to get back, I think, to victory lane. I mean, we talked to him. He doesn't seem like he's lost heart or faith. But I know that he's got to be really wanting to see all this work pay off, especially, came so close to possibly getting another title. I think he's going to be wanting to get one again here as the pace car dips down, enter the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out once again. Andrew Hale, of course, up through the gears quickly. Very good restart there for Justin Levine. Man, he timed that out perfectly. He was able to get right by Craig Ganzak. Flawless start there for the 33. As he is right on the back bumper there of Andrew Hale. Now he comes to the inside. Craig Ganzak's going to go right with him. And there it is, Levine up to the lead. And he is, for the first time, going to lead a lap around Charlotte Motor Speedway. But for how long, just considering how desperate Craig Ganzak's going to be. Look at this, 3 wide. Some guys are going down into the onto the grass there. Is that, I think that's Caleb Forsyth possibly? In the 76, that is correct. Just was taking a trip into the AstroTurf there. There is just not enough room on this track for 3 wide most of the time. They are still trying to do it. Craig Ganzak, though, has gotten the position secured over Andrew Hale. Hale now back into, I do believe, third place. Of course, Hale has led some of the most laps here tonight. Robert Neely now coming into the picture. You watch out for this one machine. Robbie Keneally will not be denied. This guy is a winning machine, has real life experience in real life race cars, so you watch out. Another driver we haven't seen a whole lot of up in the top 10, William Mann Jr. in that 29. He's rocking a little bit of a new paint scheme as well. I'm used to seeing him in a little bit of a different scheme. I like that look for him. Kind of almost blends in with the racetrack. But lots of new paint schemes tonight. Loving it, loving it. We're really keeping us on our toes here, as it looks like Andrew Hale has actually gotten back by Craig Ganzak. I'll tell you one person that has been a fixture up in this top 5 has been Nathan Meyer. Of course, Nathan Meyer showed a ton of speed, if I'm not mistaken, in the mini road course season that we had just like a month or so ago. So I definitely expect that he's going to be making some big waves here in the regular season here. Of course, Levine trying to hold off Hale as Hale is trying to get back to the point here Dang, these guys are looking crazy. Bump drafting almost. I think we saw someone down there on the apron. I think that was actually Caleb Forsythe. Oh, Robbie Keneally getting incredibly close to William Mann Jr. right now. Like I'm saying, this is looking like a super speedway race. The way these guys are almost bump drafting each other through the corner. Something is bound to go wrong eventually as we're on lap 38. You see that. I do believe Yanzak got really tight on the exit of turn 2. As we look off the nose of, I do believe, James Harris. You see Steven Shepard's actually right beside Harris, getting very, very tight. And Shepard's been looking tight all race long. Like Nathan Meyer moves up into the 3rd spot. Of course, William Mann Jr. now up to 4th. Craig Yanzak falls back to 5th. Now side by side with Robbie Keneally. They had a little bit of some touch and a little bit too close for comfort. Looks like Keneally moves his way up into the top 5, gets by Yanzak. And here comes James Harris, going to try to use the top side now. Of course, Harris and Yanzak have been really, I'd say, competitors for quite a while. I know the first time I actually called some races here with the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series, those were the guys that were 1 and 2 for the championship title. So I expected it. They're definitely going to race each other fairly hard, but it looks like James Harris has come up on top in that exchange. We still see William Mann Jr. and Robbie Keneally side by side for the 4th place position. Tell you what, the racing here has not died down at all. It has been exciting since the green flag flew, as we're on lap 41 here in the competition here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I have been really impressed with William Mann Jr. I feel like this is one of the tracks that, I think this is one of his tracks. He's getting a little bit tight though on Keneally, and it looks like Keneally's going to get by. That's the problem about 3 and 4. If you are worried about entry in the middle of the corner, you're going to lose momentum on exit, and you're going to get tight, and you're going to have to get out of the throttle. And I think that's exactly what William Mann Jr. just found out, as he's now being challenged by James Harris here. I tell you, Charlotte is all about exit speed, especially in 3 and 4. And I think he just found out that lesson as we see side by side for that 2nd place position. Nathan Meyer, 24. As I mentioned, he has been an ever-present threat in the top 5. Robbie Keneally going to be trying to push him along here. And look at that. With the aid of Robbie Keneally, the 24 gets secure for that 2nd place position. Now Keneally gets secured for third place here. I don't think this is over yet. I think Justin Levine might have his hands full here in just a moment. You can see Keneally and the 24 are somewhat working together, somewhat cooperating at the moment. Also side by side is James Harris and William Mann Jr. I'm telling you, this looks a lot like a super speedway race. Side by side is a constant thing at the moment. As here comes Keneally. I think he has ditched his dancing partner and is now going to use the top side to try to get by the 24 and possibly start to maybe work on the 33. Now we know Keneally, he is a master at saving tire. We know that. Master of the short tracks, master of saving tire. Let's see, can Levine hold him off? I know Levine has been really the star that has kind of the shooting star this season. He's been the one that really has arrived and has sent a message to everyone that he's not one to be trifled with. But of course, Keneally is the original. Oh, big problems there. Craig Yanzak hard into the outside wall. He slides down the field. That is going to be a heartbreaker for the 3 machine, as he is now missing his front end. We're definitely going to have to look back on that one and see exactly what happened to Craig Yanzak. You watch him and Steven Shepard, I think, battling it out. And Yanzak gets tight out of turn number 2. And Shepard just not giving him a whole lot of room. And look at the heads-up driving there from Keegan Sobilo, able to really dodge that crash. Man, that was an unfortunate accident right there for Craig Yanzak. You can see that it was right there, side by side with the 13. He was getting ready to come out of 2 right there, just slid up, and I think that's both on the 13 and the 3 at the same time. I think Shepard could have gave him a lot more room than what he did. But at the same time, you can see Yanzak did come up the racetrack. Right here, you see him start to go up, and there's just not a lot of wiggle room there. The 13 was not giving him a whole lot of room. So like I said, I would say that one's more 50-50 there. As we go back live, looks like we're having some pit stops. As you can see, Yanzak, I do believe, just coming off of pit road, taking his faster pair, so at least he is going to live to fight another day. As it looks like everybody coming into their pit boxes here. Do believe we have one driver that has elected to stay out. I think that's Keegan Sabilo. 16-lap old equipment. But everybody else, for the most part, has went down pit road. Justin Levine going to be the first driver on new tires. With this, though, let's go ahead and take another brief step away. We'll be right back with some more racing action here at Charlotte.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Grid Vision's presentation of the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series. Of course, my name is Brian Britt. I got Austin Derbyshire down behind the cameras. Definitely been an interesting race thus far, as I do believe we were talking. I thought I saw Keegan Sabilo stay out, but it looks like he has decided to come down pit road. Robbie Keneally is right now the leader, which this is very interesting. That man, I do believe, started in, I think, 16th, and now he's up to the lead. So you better watch out. You don't want to give that one machine the lead, because he will not give it back. Also, I do believe we've had I thought Justin Levine was a little bit closer to the front. He has dropped back down pit road to top off on gas, as the green flag is set to come out right now. And Robbie Keneally up through the gears. Andrew Hale not getting as great of a restart there. He is going to be able to slide down in front of James Harris. Harris with a little bit of a blinking issue here as he is side by side with Nathan Meyer. Keep in mind, I mentioned it before, the fuel window 45 to 47 laps, I do believe. That means we still cannot make it here to the end. So that is going to be something to keep in mind as we see Jason Taylor trying, I do believe, fight off some of the drivers that are around him as he gets a little bit tight there. William Mann Jr. going to sneak his way by. Still side by side there for that position. Of course, that is for, I do believe, 7th place. Tyler Meeks also entering 6th position. Haven't seen him run this high so far here tonight. See Kyle Holden working his way up into the top 5 now, trying to get side by side with Nathan Meyer. Oh, wow, this is getting really close. Jason Taylor and George Young almost had some contact there. Side by side, though, for 2nd place. Here comes James Harris trying to take away that 2nd place position as we have just reached the halfway point Now 50 laps remain. Here comes the crossover attempt. Not quite able to get there, though. You see Andrew Hill tries to get underneath the 55, but not able to get there. Here comes James Harris. He's going to see if he can't possibly attack Robbie Keneally. Now, Keneally has the clean air. Now, every time I've ever seen this guy get clean air, he always uses it to his advantage. He's able to really save tire better than everybody. Side by side, though, here comes William Mann Jr. back up into 6th place, possibly if he can get by Tyler Meeks. Now, I say William Mann Jr., as I mentioned before, has been very impressive. This is one of his best races I think I've seen him in. I mean, man, just been really awesome to see the growth from that 29. Of course, George Young, he's been having not too terrible of a day as well, sitting in that 8th place position. Also looking a little bit further back, I just saw Stephen Gibson lose a spot there. It's Justin Levine. We talked about him. He actually dropped down pit road for about 4 seconds to grab give a little bit of gas to see if he can maybe change up the strategy a little bit here to make it on fuel. But of course, up front, that's where the excitement's truly happening. And James Harris now up to the lead. Robbie Keneally all the way up to the top, 3 wide. Kyle Holden in the middle, Andrew Hale to the bottom. And it looks like Keneally, he just lets the positions go. Whoa, almost cleared himself on William Mann Jr. That wouldn't have been pretty. I'm wondering, I'm thinking maybe if Keneally's trying to save gas here by being in dirty air. This is kind of interesting. It seems like he almost laid over there. But you can see Kyle Holden, he's not laying over. He's going to try to challenge for the lead. Haven't seen Kyle Holden really lead a lap here yet tonight. He's getting a big run on the high side here. Yeah, he's going to take it. Huge run into turn 4 or turn 3. And he's going to be able to ride that momentum all the way through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. What a run. I'm telling you, I'm wondering, that can't be good for your tires, though, to be moving that quick, but it just shows that these trucks are capable of a lot of speed. Look at the lap time for Kyle Holden last time by 30.772. No one was even close. He was 0.2 faster than about everybody out there. Somebody just put the matchstick tires on that machine. I don't know, he's got jet fuel. As we see the battle heating up for 2nd place, Andrew Hale trying to get a bumper fender on the 55. You can see James Harris, he is running about 5 wide all by himself. He does not want to give Andrew Hale any way to get by him here. The battle definitely starting to heat up. This is going to bring Nathan Meyer, I believe, into this battle as well, as we're on coming up to lap 58 out of 100 laps. What a race we have seen thus far here tonight. These guys have definitely given the audience I'd say, the value of the ticket price. That is for sure. Of course, we're looking back a little bit further. We're seeing some battling further back. I do believe that was Sheldon Pearson and Stephen Gibson. George Young and I do believe Jason Taylor at the moment are battling as well. So side by side for that 8th place position. Looks like George Young able to hold off the 15. Of course, they have quite a bit of distance to get up there to the 7th place position, who is Tyler Meeks. But Kyle Holden now with about 0.4 of a second of a lead. I think he might be burning his equipment up, though. You see that James Harris is starting to catch up to him pace-wise. Last time by, they were only separated, or should I say, lap time difference was about, I'd say, a couple hundredths. Now, that last time it was a little bit different. I think Kyle Holden was about 1/10 faster, but we're starting to see what we did earlier in the race, where fall-off was becoming more and more. It's it's a little over half a second of fall-off right now. And I think that's been the most surprising thing about tonight's race, is how much fall-off we have seen. want to shout out another one of our Champion Power Equipment Truck Series sponsors, of course, that being Green Mountain Grill. We all love barbecue. Green Mountain pellet grills are the top of the line quality grills for all of your grilling needs. GMG also offers the highest quality dry rubs, sauces, pellets, but not for the highest price. Customers enjoy the best possible grilling experience without breaking the bank. Visit either one of their 1,000 locations across the U.S. or visit them at greenmountaingrills.com for online purchases, recipes, and much more. I'm telling you, I have to look on there and find some of those recipes. I sure do love some barbecue. But it looks like, for the most part, things have cooled down quite a bit. Doesn't seem like a lot of the guys are really racing elbows out and aggressive. You do see Robbie Keneally starting to put some pressure here, I do believe, on William Mann Jr. You also see Tyler Meeks. He's really showing some speed here in the last half of this race. Right there behind Keneally. And here comes Keneally right here side by side with the 29, trying to get back up into the top 5. Fall off still the big news story, the big headline here of the night. Now a second of fall off. I'm telling you, once it starts, it just happens so quickly. And imagine this, if this thing stays green, when will the pit strategy be? For the most part, everybody out here is on about 17 lap old tires. If what they say is true, if these guys can make it 45 to 47, we'll probably see pit stops, I'd say, in the next, possibly, maybe even the next 15 laps to try to split the run in half. Tell you what, James Harris, though, is being pressured quite a bit by Andrew Hale at the moment. Andrew Hale, fastest on the track last time by, 31.371. Oh, Tyler Meeks, I believe, has decided to maybe pit a little early here. I like this decision. Could this provoke others to come down pit road as well? As we see side by side for that second place position, Meeks makes it into his box. We're now lap 65, coming to 66. And green flag pit stops have been kicked off. Oh man, they are close, neck and neck, door to door for the second place position. And it looks like Hale has the advantage right now. He has been really good at saving tires. Of course, he qualified on the pole and has been a fixture up in the top 3 all night long. You see James Harris thinking about possibly lining up a crossover. Instead, he moves all the way up to the top of the track. This is going to give possibly an opportunity to Nathan Meyer to possibly work to see if he can't get up to third here. It looks like he is going to do it. I think maybe Harris is thinking about pitting. He keeps letting these guys go. I think he's looking for an opportunity to maybe get down pit road. We'll have to wait and see. They're closing in on turn 4 right now. Looks like he stays up top. I don't think he's going to be pitting this time by. Will anybody else decide to come down? Nope, looks like not yet. Everybody but Tyler Meeks has come down, or should I say Tyler Meeks is the only one that has pitted thus far. And that has just changed. Sheldon Pearson comes down pit road in the 88. Kyle Holden, about 0.8 of a second of a lead here. Whenever he decides to pit, I think that is going to be when everyone else as well will follow suit. Been running a really good race. Can he make this win number 2 of the season? That would definitely set him apart and put him in the ranks of, I do believe, Justin Levine, who is the only driver this season who has managed to win 2 races. And speaking of him, Justin Levine now side by side with George Young. Of course, Levine restarted, I do believe, back in outside of the top 10. He's now worked his way up to 7th place. While we do have a moment before the green flag pit stops truly set in, I do want to shout out another one of our Champion Power Equipment partners here, Blackstone Management Partners. guarantees an unrivaled approach to one-on-one. I'm sorry, my brain shut off there. Blackstone Management Partners guarantees an unrivaled one-on-one approach to every client, providing them with solutions and services required to keep their dynamic brands thriving and one step ahead of the ever-changing consumer marketplace. Blackstone comprises expertise in marketing, communication, talent management, and event management. Working with their clients, they not only use traditional but state-of-the-art platforms, including mobile marketing, investigative marketing, and cause-driven marketing. Visit them at bsmpartners.com. Definitely, my tongue was all doing donuts there. Definitely excited to see when these guys do decide to come down pit road. Of course, the gap between Andrew Hale and Kyle Holden is starting to decrease right now. So I really am impressed. I think that Andrew Hale really has been showing that he has the best long run pace of the night. I think that he definitely seems like he's got it pretty much all together. But I think these guys are really going to have to pit soon. We're coming up now 25 laps into this stint. When do they pit? I think it's in the next couple laps. If they're splitting it in half, it has to be in the next couple laps. Considering we are coming up, I do believe, to 23 laps to go. Actually, we have just gotten to 23 laps to go. 28, I'm sorry, my brain's... We're actually 28 laps to go. But at the moment, do a quick rundown through the field. Kyle Holden is in the lead. Andrew Hale sits in second place. Nathan Meyer is in third. Robbie Keneally sits in fourth place. Fifth place, James Harris. Justin Levine in sixth. William Mann Jr. just got, I do believe, passed by Levine for that position. Looks like we got a green flag stop happening. Oh, Jason Taylor spins it on the entry to pit road. George Young able to avoid him. No caution as we take a look back here. You see right here, Jason Taylor preparing to do a stop. Tyler Meeks able to get right by him. You see Young was a lot more cautious whenever he was coming down pit road, but Taylor trying to pit at way too high of a speed and spun it out. So that's two really distinct strategies there when it comes to the green flag stops. Being a little overly cautious or not. As we're now coming up to 25 to go. And still, the top 13 have yet to pit. Should be coming down very, very soon, though. I think a lot of drivers, if I was some of these guys, I would try to short pit Kyle Holden. I feel like that's really the only strategy right now. If he pits before you do, I'm pretty sure Kyle Holden is going to win this race. Because he has been really showing a lot of pace here late in the run. And it looks like we do have a couple takers down pit road. I do believe John Lacido, Brad Thacker. Thacker, of course, has some rear end damage. So that leaves, I do believe, the top 12, well, actually top 11 who have yet to pit. They're now 30 laps into their stint here. See some side-by-side, I do believe there, but of course that is, they're on separate laps. I do believe that is Tyler Meeks. That is getting by Robbie Keneally, who is on the fresher tires. Speaking of that, Tyler Meeks is on the fresher tires. He is actually about a second faster, so it really shows how those new tires really impact the speed here. Man, these guys are going way long. I think that they expect possibly a caution to come out. I don't know. I think that they have kind of went a little further than they should. I would have already came down pit road. But then again, I'm not out there on the racetrack. I'm not the racer, if you will. But could they regret not coming down sooner here? Especially considering the fall off they're having right now, over a second and a half. The guys that maybe split it in half, I think, are going to wind up with a better average lap time. As we're now coming to 70, or coming to lap 80, or the start of lap 80, I should say, which will mark 21 laps to go. You can just see Tyler Meeks is a driving advertisement for fresh Goodyear tires because he's going to unlap himself. Of course, you see Justin Levine starting to put some pressure here on Robbie Keneally. Now, this is for position, for the 4th place position to be exact. And you love to see this roof camera, just considering you see that Grid Vision logo on the front end of that 33. As broadcasters, we're not supposed to be biased, but kind of can't help it when you see the Grid Vision logo on the car. As Levine does move up to the 4th place position. Now 20 laps to go. Does this provoke Keneally to come down pit road? I would assume this is going to probably make him want to come down. Seen a lot of fall off. This is probably the worst we've seen these tires behave here tonight. Most drivers are in the 32-second lap range. Here comes Andrew Hale. He's pitting, of course, from 2nd place. This is gonna provoke everybody else to come down as well, I do believe. I think this is a very smart call for Andrew Hale. I think he's gonna really come out on the newer tires, and this could be the race-winning strategy. Hale, of course, started on the pole position. If I was Kyle Holden, I would have tried to pit before Andrew Hale, but I don't think he was able to. I think he might be. No, he's going to stay out again. I am just shocked that Kyle Holden has stayed out this long, and everybody else as well. I just don't understand the thought process here. I think that they expect a caution to come out, or perhaps they're trying to make it on fuel, which I think is just utterly impossible. I don't think that is actually even in the realm of possibility here. I could be wrong, but from what I was told, 45 to 47 laps is the fuel window, and we have 18 laps to go, and these guys have already been out here for 37 laps. That is just impossible. That math just does not work for me, but I have been wrong in the past. Still they stay out. And if they run out of gas, I do believe Andrew Hale is going to be looking like a genius. But then again, Tyler Meeks might be the one looking like a genius right now. He's up to 11th right now, is on the lead lap, while Andrew Hale is a lap down. So if maybe Meeks is the one that looks like a genius here. He is on a very different strategy. He can make it on fuel. I think he just did hit the wall. That could slow him down. We'll see as we come to 15 laps to go. You can see, look at Kyle Holden. I mean, he's struggling right now. He's starting to be caught by Nathan Meyer. He got absolutely very close to that outside wall. I just do not understand why these guys are waiting this long to pit. I mean, 15 to go. This is not, unless you're going to pop, or could they possibly pop down and take fuel only? I just don't think that would be the case. I think that they have really hedged their bet, or gambled, put their bet on the probability of possibly a caution coming out, but I just don't think it's going to happen. With this late race has been just completely green flag clean. Even though we did have cautions earlier in this event, this is not, it just does not look like it's going to be the case. And could that help out someone else? I think we're seeing a change in position. Robert Wynn just got by Craig Yanzak. Robert Wynn's looking really good tonight. I'll tell you that. I'm very impressed. Robert Wynn is usually one we don't expect to be up here and competing in the top 10, but he is looking really strong. Usually he's one of the, I hate to say it, and he's probably going to kill me for saying it, but he's usually one of the back markers, but it seems like he's really gotten it together tonight. I feel like he's got a lot of pace here. He's possibly going to get by Craig Yanzak, and Yanzak's no slouch. Looking up here a little bit towards the front, though, Nathan Meyer and Justin Levine are starting to duke it out for that second position. Levine has been really good on the longer run here. Of course, he did hit a lap ahead, or should I say a lap after everybody during that caution. I don't think that'd have any bearing on his tires, but he is a tenth faster last time by the Nathan Meyer. You also see, I do believe, Robbie Keneally getting past by, I do believe, Andrew Hale and George Young. Of course, Hale is on about 6-lap-old tires, so he is flying compared to the rest of these guys. Last time by, Andrew Hale hit a 30.7. Whoa! That was close. Hale almost got pinched up into the wall, but luckily his speed was better than his speed was definitely his strength right there. And just for the sake of comparison, Hale's lap time was about a 30.7 versus Kyle Holden, or the guy who was passing Nathan Meyer, 32.5. I mean, that is almost 2 seconds difference right there, ladies and gentlemen. And he has already unlapped himself, and it's quickly running down Tyler Meeks. Tyler Meeks, of course, is on, I do believe, about 18-lap older tires. So what is going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? These guys are now, Kyle Holden's 44 laps into this stint. Gas is running light. We're getting ready to have some guys running out of gas. I love finishes like this, even though I hate it for Kyle Holden. I hate it for Kyle Holden. I hate it for Justin Levine. I don't even think Justin Levine can make it, even with that extra fuel he has. These guys are coming up now to 8 laps to go. And still, we have no idea who is going to win this race. Robert Wynn getting by, I do believe, Stephen Gibson. Justin Levine trying to catch up there to Kyle Holden. Now the gap is about 3/10. And the way Justin Levine has been driving, I do not see him to have been saving any fuel here. Even with that extra lap, I just still think it's very unlikely that he can make it. If the figure that we were given is correct, 45 to 47. Andrew Hale has just gotten by Tyler Meeks. That is for the 11th place position. If everyone in the top 10 cannot make it on fuel, Andrew Hale is going to win this race. He has made a gamble, as well as everybody else has made a gamble. Will his numbers hit? Coming up now to 6 laps to go. I just can't, there's the numbers, the fuel numbers have to be off if all of these guys are willing to bet like this. Could they be wrong? So now you see Kyle Holden's now 48 laps into this run, coming to 5 laps to go. I'll tell you, if James Harris told me 45 to 47 and he was wrong, I'm getting ready to have a conversation with him after this race. But Kyle Holden, now 5 laps to go. Justin Levine, under now 2/10. If Levine and Holden can make it, this is going to be a really crazy battle here for the win. He's about 4.7 seconds back from Stephen Gibson, trying to get up there tonight. Also, what's going to complicate this battle for the lead is as well George Young on the fresher tires. Next time by, 3 laps to go. I am definitely on the edge of my seat. Do these guys have enough fuel? If they do, James Harris is getting an angry letter from me for telling me the wrong fuel numbers. Yep, they don't. Kyle Holden to pit road. I figured Kyle Holden. Oh, and he spins it. Kyle Holden has lost the ability to possibly win this race just by pitting alone, but of course that definitely puts the nail in. Justin Levine to the lead. Does he have enough gas? As he comes to 2 laps to go. We'll have to wait and see, does he have enough fuel to make it? That's now 2 laps to go. Do anybody in the top 8 have enough fuel here? He is clutching from what our producer is telling me. So that would mean, I think, that he, at the moment, does not have enough gas. Coming to 1 to go. White flag is waving. Can he make it one more circuit? As he's now 53 laps into this run. Robbie Keneally also saving fuel. Everybody in the top 9 right now, or should I say top 7, is saving gas. Andrew Hale has made it up to 8th place. Does Levine make it out of turn 4? He's going to coast from here, and he will win his 3rd race this season, and he'll win on fumes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he is going to have enough gas to do a burnout here, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. He's shaking the truck. It is out of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Levine wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway, making him the winningest driver this season. He was already the points leader. This is going to extend his points lead. What a race for him. What a magnificent call for him to take that last little. He went 1 lap later than everybody else to grab a little bit of extra fuel. Fell all the way back well outside of the top 10. And that is how he was able to make it to the end of this race. And he has just enough to spin the tires a little bit. Well, maybe a little bit more than I expected. Can't wait to talk to him and see how much fuel he had left. Of course, here, let's take a look at the final results here. Justin Levine, your winner, as he does a burnout. Shockingly, he has enough fuel to do that. Robbie Keneally, of course, comes home in 2nd place. Nathan Meyer finishes in 3rd. Craig Ganzak 4th. William Mann Jr. in 5th. 6th place, James Harris. 7th place, Robert Wynn. Really good job to Robert Wynn. Got to give a big clap on the back there to him. 8th place, Andrew Hale. Wow, I thought he was going to win. My bets were on that 4 machine. 9th place, Stephen Gibson. 10th place, Tyler Meeks. 11th place, George Young. 12th place, Keegan Sobilo. 13th, Jason Taylor. 14th, Kyle Holden, who led a ton of the last bit of that race, but unfortunately did not make it on fuel. 15th, Brad Thacker. 16th place, John Lucido. 17th, Sheldon Pearson. 18th, Caleb Forsyth, and rounding out this 19-car field is Steven Shepard. With that, we'll go ahead and get to, I do believe we'll talk to our top 3 finishers. And of course, we'll be starting out with, I do believe, our 3rd place finisher. And we got him here in the booth, Nathan Meyer. Man,
hello.
You were a fixture up there in the top 5 pretty much all night long. How tough was it? It looked like, I mean, you finished quite a bit distance back from Levine and Keneally. What was the deal there? Was it fuel that caused you to finish so far back?
Yeah, I started running out right off at turn 2, and then I kind of sputtered to about halfway down the back stretch, and then I was like, I think Craig's like 10 seconds behind me. I can probably still finish 3rd and talk to you guys, and just barely made it across. It was fun though.
Yeah. It seemed like fuel was definitely the concern, as well as tire wear was quite substantial. But I mean, you seemed like you had a really fast truck there. I mean, why did you decide to make that call to try to stay out? I mean, it seemed like, you know, you guys possibly couldn't have made it, but then again, it seemed like you were able to stretch it a little further than you kind of suspected. Do you think that maybe another strategy would have worked out better, or maybe Were you hoping for a caution?
You know, I should have done what Levine did and pit with 1 lap to go on that last caution. He had a lap of fuel on all of us. We was able to go the whole way. So I think what I did worked out good enough to finish third, but I should have pitted on that last caution lap before we went green. I think that would have been the winner right there.
Yeah, it definitely could have been. I mean, that's exactly what Levine did, and it allowed him to get the victory there for sure. So, you know, hindsight's always 2020. You probably assumed there was going to be another caution, but unfortunately that was not the case. You know, how much preparation do you think you put in here to Charlotte? I mean, this is kind of you know, the definition of somewhat of a cookie cutter track, but it is unique in its own right.
Yeah, Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks. The Charlotte, Chicagolands, Old Atlanta, those kind of tracks are kind of my favorite. Don't really need a lot of practice just because it's what I usually run when the official gets there, but it's definitely a fun track. The tires seem to not go away after, once you hit kind of that 30 laps, they kind of just stay the same, it felt like. So, yeah, it was a good race, a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Of course, if Charlotte's your cookie cutter, we're going to definitely the opposite of that. Next week, we're going to Eldora, getting dirty. How you feel about that?
I feel awful. I'm a terrible dirt racer. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll probably finish in the back half, but it'll be fun to learn. I don't really get on dirt that much, but I'll take third after lagging out last week, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Great to be able to talk to you, Nathan. Who can we give a shout out to after your third place finish?
Yeah, just champion Green Mountain Grills, you guys, for putting this on Grid Vision. It's a lot of fun to go back and watch it, so I just appreciate you guys.
All right, well, appreciate you putting on a good show for us out there, Nathan. We'll see you next week, brother.
All right, dude, talk to you later.
Alrighty, that was Nathan Meyer, our third place finisher. Next up, Robbie Keneally. Man, Robbie, you had the lead at one point. I thought once you had that lead, you were never going to give it back up. Was it because of fuel that you gave it up? Because it seemed like that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I just didn't play the right fuel strategy here tonight. I think if I kind of followed what Justin did there and pitted an extra time and then was able to kind of, you know, save my tires, it would have worked out. But literally till the drop of the green flag at the end of that last run, I was clutching every single lap for like 50 laps straight there to be able to make it. But, you know, it still worked out to be able to finish second. So overall, good night.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we've seen you. You've been missing quite a few races here on Tuesday night. I mean, we're glad to have you back, though, for sure. You know, hopefully everything's been going good for you. But, you know, back in competition, do you think you're going to be racing a lot more of the races here coming in the future?
Yeah, this season has kind of just been like whatever I can make. You know, I've been real busy with some real life stuff here recently, causing me to miss a lot of them. But, you know, whenever I can, it's fun to come race these on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Now, how was the tires out there tonight? It seemed like tire wear was quite significant, a lot more significant than I kind of thought it was going to be.
Yeah, for sure. This track ate up the right front all night long. It was definitely really hard, especially like the first run for me to be able to, you know, adapt to it. But by the end of the run, I think, you know, if I wasn't having to clutch it so hard and wasn't having to eat up my tires, I think I could have had a better shot at it.
You definitely seemed like you had the speed there, Robbie. Great job to you getting second place. Glad to have you back, and we always love to watch you. Next week, if you're able to make it, how do you feel about Eldora?
Man, that's such a fun place to run in the trucks for sure. I know it's going to be crazy and wild, but, you know, I've been doing a lot of dirt racing recently on here, so I think it'll be really fun.
Well, we definitely hope to see you there, Robbie. Who can we give a shout-out to after your second place finish?
Of course, after every week, I want to thank you broadcasters, James, Eli, all the guys who run the league. I want to thank Champion Power Equipment, GMG Grills, Wiley X Sunglasses, Curb Records, Cincinnati, Blackstone Management, Dr. Pepper, Reaper Speed Lab, and all the guys who make it possible.
All righty. Thank you, Robbie, and you have a great night, brother.
You too.
All righty. That was Robbie Keneally, of course, driver of the One Machine, come home in second place. Next up, Justin Levine. Take a little bit of a gamble there. He decided to pit one lap later than everybody else under that caution and fell all the way outside of the top 10, but it paid off. You were able to drive through the field and win your third race this season, Justin. I mean, you're sending a message if I've ever seen one.
But that was all strategy. That wasn't a gamble. I can't tell you how many races I've lost because I said, no way we go the distance. And I've learned. So now we top off every time, even if it backfires.
Yeah, it seemed like it definitely paid out. I didn't think you were going to make it. I mean, we were watching you, kind of clutching through the corners. It was like, he's not going to make it. There's no way you make that. I mean, from what we were told, it was 45 to 47 laps that you can make it on fuel here. What did you do to, even with that lap that you topped off, what did you do to make sure you could make it? I mean, because it's still, the numbers didn't add up either way.
The car was off going into the corner. Clutched. I rolled out of pit road, fourth gear. I was saving under caution. I did everything. I made sure that I didn't go above a certain pace. Even though I fell away from the pack, I used my better tires to inch right back up, get the draft, and charge to the front.
Well, you definitely played the right cards, man. I mean, it was perfectly executed, and that you're the winningest driver this season. I mean, these guys are probably like, we got to ban that Justin Levine guy. They're like, he's got extra horsepower because he's got grid vision on the front of that car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, man, great job to you, though. I mean, Charlotte, where does that rank for you, track-wise? I mean, I know you're kind of a guy that is good at most tracks. Where does this one rank?
This one's definitely up in my top 10. How can you not love Charlotte? One of the best mile and a halves that the NASCAR has to offer. It's always fun, especially when it's nighttime. You just have so much grip, and at the beginning of this race, it was like a mini super speedway, and holding off and giving dirty air to everybody was a lot of fun when I was up front.
Yeah, well, it's a lot like a super speedway, that's for sure. I almost saw guys bump drafting out here at Charlotte for sure. We're going to a much different place, though, next week. Eldora. I mean, that's going to get dirty. How you feel about that?
Definitely going to be on edge on that one. I really like the trucks in the dirt here. Just haven't got a chance to do the fixed set here or there. Definitely going to need some practice, but another track that I really enjoy.
Well, we'll have to see if you can get you another win. I know you already won at Richmond a couple weeks ago. Now you win at Charlotte. Can you win at Eldora? We'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. I mean, man, you're just a winning machine. I mean, we're definitely going to have to. I mean, we're probably going to get some messages like, hey, man, we can't have Justin show up anymore here. But who can we shout out, Justin, after that big win?
Shout out to you guys. You guys do such an awesome job. All the admins that put this on for us, Champion, Great Vision, of course, and all the viewers.
All righty, Justin. Well, thanks for your time, brother, and don't party too hard celebrating. We'll see you next week, brother.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Alrighty, that was Justin Levine, our winner here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Champion Power Equipment Truck Series. Of course, this was race number 5. Next week, we're going to be actually having the All-Star race. I just realized that actually at Eldora. So that's not, I don't believe, going to be a points race. So that's going to be interesting to see how that kind of works. We're actually going to have heats as well. So time to get dirty next week, ladies and gentlemen. But we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, let's do a quick run through the schedule of the rest of the week. Of course, definitely going to be an exciting one tomorrow as the Thunderclap iRacing Series presented by TLC Incorporated is going to be in action, of course, at the Milwaukee Mile. And that's going to be an exciting one. Of course, we have Ryan Truex, Tyler Truex, all the boys. I mean, there's so many talented drivers that, of course, race in that series. And, not even just drivers. I mean, there's even a country music star, that races in there as well. I mean, we got tire changers, engineers, crew chiefs, all sorts of people that race in that series. So tune in around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of the excitement. We're going flat track racing there at Milwaukee. And, of course, as you can see, we do have some other days that are available that you can possibly reach out to us if you'd like to have your series covered. We'd love to do it. So definitely reach out to us on Facebook or wherever. Definitely, we'd love to hear from you for sure. Now, of course, Friday, we're going to be in action at, I do believe, New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the NIS. Make sure you tune in around 9 p.m. for that. And, of course, on Sunday, about 12:30, we're going to be at New Hampshire in the Trucks for the Global Racing Truck Series. Of course, thanks everybody as well once again for tuning in. Of course, on behalf of Austin Derbyshire, Justin Levine, who is one of our co-owners here at Grid Vision, Taylor Burris, and everybody that is involved with us. My name is Brian Britt, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see you.